I win this. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. You are live.
My win this week was that I got my paperwork all signed and sealed and notification from my job that I am retired.
Wow. Well, congratulations. You got to throw a party, man. We got to be able to come and hang out. Need some of your vittles or something.
It's a scary thing.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna talk about that. Let's talk about that. I like that. All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll talk about next steps and make that happen tonight. All right. Good. Good job. I'm excited. Hey, retirement is in the house. She don't look like she old enough to be retired. She don't look a day past 70. I mean, she look young. Look, you got all your teeth and everything. What else? Give me another win, guys. Who's got another win out there tonight? I know there's a win. And here's why I bring this up, guys, because us super achievers, we always focus on what we do wrong, but what did you do right this week? I know you did something right this week. Give me one more and I'll get off of it. I got crickets. I got crickets. I got more crickets. All right, Dominic, I'm putting you on blast, girl. What happened good this week? I know something good happened.
You know what? That must have just been nothing but, I was about to say, you know what? I have a win this week. I signed up a new client this week, so that's a win for me. It's not a big deal, but it's okay.
See, there you go. See my overachievers. Oh, I got a new client today, but it's not that big.
I had a goal. I had a goal this week to get 3 clients this week. I didn't reach the goal, but I did achieve something.
Well, I think in Vegas, 1 out of 3 are pretty doggone good odds. So good job, good job, good job. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, guys, let's move on a little further. Event spotlight. I don't know if you guys know, but we got a great event coming up. It's going to be Tell Me Your Secret and Write That Book. How many of you guys, and you can put this in the chat, how many are looking to write a book? How many have been looking to write a book? How many are looking to write a book? In other words, how many of you on this chat, I want to see, come on, tell the truth, shame the devil. How many people on this Zoom know you have a book in you? You know you have a book in you. You know you have something in you to tell. You have something to tell people that just hasn't gotten out there yet. Or how many people on this Zoom, you know that you're supposed to have already written that book a long time ago? You've just been procrastinating, telling yourself the same lies I've been telling myself. I'm not good in English. I'm better in math. Okay, good. Well, I got something great for you on the 25th. We're going to talk about how to write a book. And it might not be a full book. It might just be an e-book. But it's good to be able to know that you can take and put this into practice. And for those of you that show up, I'm almost going to guarantee within 30 days, you'll have your first pamphlet, ebook put together, because some of you, you're already doing stuff. You're already coaches that are coaching other people. And so a lot of the information that you have already can be translated into some type of pamphlet or booklet. Matter of fact, I'm going to show you exactly how that works, because I'm going to have mine done. And it's going to be based upon, believe it or not, just a PowerPoint. And so sometimes it's just a matter of getting the right person to help you put together your booklet or your book. Because I think what happens is we're intimidated sometimes by the word book. Matter of fact, I got one of my students, they were writing a book and they were writing the book and they were writing the book and they were writing the book for like 15 years. I'm like, doggone it, just put the thing out there. Because ultimately what can happen is we can keep on looking for perfection. But remember what I always say, perfection is the enemy of progress. So you want to make sure you're progressing as you're going through and doing the things that you're doing. All right. So tonight I want to share, and I want you guys to, this is going to be a little interactive tonight. Matter of fact, I'm not even going to go into my PowerPoint. I kind of want to just have a conversation. Hold on one second. I'm going to bring this down. Stop my share. So I want to look at you guys eyeball to eyeball tonight. I want to have a real conversation about why am I not making enough money? Right now, some of you say, and you are making some money, which is good. And you have a business, and that business is actually turning some type of profit, which is good. Okay. I don't want to minimize what you've already done, but I also want to ask the hard question of, is it really enough? Is it enough to do the things that you know you need to be doing? Is it satisfactory? And I'm sure if you put it in my chat, most of you guys are going to say, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's the easy answer. Okay. But my real question is, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do to increase your income to bring it to where you want to be? And tonight, I'm going to give a guarantee that before the end of this Zoom, if you are open to it, I'm going to show you 2 to 3 more ways to make money in your business. I'm not talking about my business. I'm talking about your business. But the key being is you got to be open to change. Because one thing I found out in my life, and I looked at this last year, is if I really look at my last year, 2022, it was a good year. Actually, I did better than I did the year before. And so that's progress. But it wasn't anywhere close to where I really want to be. And so because it wasn't anywhere close to where I want to be, it didn't mean everything I did last year was wrong. It just means that I had to reevaluate everything I did do. And some of you, I think the hardest thing is actually realizing that, number one, you're not where you want to be financially. Number two, that you can keep doing what you're doing harder and faster, and that could work out, or maybe you just haven't really established a goal of what you want, okay? Number three, how do I get from the gap of where I want to be to where I am? In other words, I'm at a point, but I want to get to a point. How do I get there? And that's something that I want to actually help you come to grips with on tonight. And I'm going to use 3 acronyms. It's going to be the how, because that's what most people know is how, okay? So for the H, the first thing I want you to do, and you those are taking notes, write this down. I need you to be honest tonight. I need you to be honest with yourself. And that honesty entails not just for people to think that you're blessed. Many of you, you look the part, you play the part, but the key is there really money in your account? Can you go out tomorrow and do the things that you really want to do? Okay? The O for how is you have to be open to embrace change. Realizing that if only for you to get to that next point in your life, financially, business-wise, you're going to have to make some adjustments. And it's not that you have to change everything you're doing, because I don't believe that this year. This year, I want you to be careful. Do not try to do too many more new things. Evaluate the things that you're already doing, see what's working, and also look at what's not working. See what sounds good and what actually is good. Because if not, you'll keep trying to work on multiple things when really, if you look at it and you have to draw a line, in order for me to get to the goal that I've set financially, what is the thing that's taking me to that point? And even if I'm not getting there yet, how do I maybe do a couple adjustments to get there? Okay? And the W in the how is the willingness to take action. Getting to the point now, guys, to where you know I am 100% results driven. I believe that we can talk a good game. You can hang out with people that's saying all kinds of stuff. But the key is, do you have social proof? Do you have to where you can see that this person is actually doing what they say and saying what they do? I think that's the benefit that you guys have having a working coach. I'm building my businesses as I'm helping you build yours. So the pitfalls that you're going through, I'm going through the same ones. Only difference is it might be just on a different scale. You know, I praise God, I don't have $100 issues or $1,000 issues no more. They start increasing to a certain point. Okay, I just picked up another building. I think my nut now is another $8,500 a month. And so when you start looking at the numbers and even the payroll, it just makes a big difference, because it's not that really that you have a money problem, it's just you don't have enough of it. Once you realize that, then it'll be better. Now, here's an honest question. Honest question. I want you to ask yourself, have you been doing everything you should be doing? If you're in the chat right now, my chat, I want you to type in, I've been doing everything. Yes, that's fine. If you say, hey, you know what? I'm doing everything I could be doing. I don't even see where I can do anything else. I'm doing everything I could be doing. Okay. And that's okay. That's not a trick question, because some of you guys are doing, I believe, everything you need to be doing. There might be just a few tweaks in there that I'm going to hopefully help you out with if you allow me to. But I believe you are doing and moving forward from where you're going, which is good. Okay, good. Sharia says yes. She's doing everything she should be doing. Beautiful. Dejan says 4 out of 5. Okay, I get that. That's good, because honestly, if you really think about it, for what you're trying to accomplish, you're probably doing exactly what you need to do to get there. Okay, Dominique is saying no. Okay. Once again, guys, no good or bad answer, but just honesty on what you believe. It's like, I believe I'm doing everything that I should be doing. And I believe that if you believe that, then I believe it also. I had one person that sat at my desk and they were telling me some stuff that they really believed. And I can't, and here's something I want you to remember. You can't change a made up mind, but you can adjust and help people that are open maybe to expand a little more in what they already been thinking, okay? Because really, if you look at your life, are you playing offense or are you playing defense? In other words, are you with the ball, running with it, or are you trying to get the ball? In other words, are you chasing money or is money chasing you? Are you out there beating your streets, beating yourself up, working 15, 20 hours a day, not getting the results that you want to see? How is that working for you? Are you putting in more effort than you're getting results? And once again, depending on your career or your workspace, this is going to make the big difference, okay? Because a lot of the stuff that we're doing has to be a part of that. Now, if you look at it, what is your goal? Real quick, financially, type in your financial goal for this year, 2023. Okay, mine is $1 million. And when I say $1 million, I mean actually make $1 million. I'm not talking about $1 million gross. I'm not talking about $1 million in real estate. I'm talking about actually see $1 million in my person. What is that amount? What is that amount for you? Write in my chat. I told you honesty. I can help you tonight if you're honest. What is that number for you? Now, for some of you, I want to kind of put a caveat out there. If you haven't made more than a certain number and you're not doing anything different than what you were doing, then I'm going to challenge you a little bit on a number that you might put out there based upon where you've come from. Okay, not that can't change. You know, I was just in a meeting earlier today and people made $1 million in 12 months last month. So I know that it can happen. It's just a matter of seeing what you think. What do you think? Be honest, be honest. What's that number for you? What's that income level? And some of you, I know I'm pushing you and I'm stretching you only because you really might be afraid to say it out loud. And so that's why I'm stretching you tonight. Because some of you, I'm looking at some of the numbers and I gotta be honest, they're really low. Guys, you gotta start now looking on that next level. I think right now, it all goes back to your mindset about money, okay? Because as I look at those numbers, I'm gonna really question, is it really big enough of a dream of income that's making you actually really go after it? Or are you just trying to receive what you have, okay? I saw somebody put, is realistic for me? Realistic and actually, and here's the thing I wanna challenge you. What have you done versus what you would like to have? And where is the gap in between? Okay, so in order to produce the income that you just put on the screen, what would you need to do in order to do that? Type in my chat, what would you need to do? And just put 1 or 2 things. I know some of you might have to do many things, but what would you need to do to make that happen? And then also, another thing I want to throw out there is, are you willing to be uncomfortable in order to do it? What's your comfort level? Okay, thank you, Angie, I appreciate that honest answer. See, that's why I said honesty has to be good, important tonight, because some of you, your mindset is that point to where it's like, okay, if I can just survive. If you're really real with yourself tonight, how many are just in survival mode? You know, if I can just get this much, I'm gonna survive. I'm gonna make it. And I think what happens is when you get into that mindset, it's tough to see beyond just enough to survive on, okay? Because that can be a money blocker to where now you can't really see beyond that certain limit. I know one of my first big goals was to make 100,000. I thought that was really a big goal until I made it. Then I was like, well, this ain't really enough to make work, okay? And this is a big difference, guys, big difference. I'm looking at a few things here because I wrote down a few notes that were really important that I wanted to bring out to you, because right now, when you look at it, here's another question for you. Are you floundering? Are you all over the place in what you're trying to accomplish? Okay? Are you all over the place? Or do you have a specific plan and you know exactly what you need to do every single month to produce those results? Okay? Give me an honest answer. I'm floundering, or I know exactly what I have to do. Okay? Type that in my chat, please. Type that in my chat. I'm floundering, or I'm clear. I know exactly what I need to do. Okay? Thank you, Dr. Tiffany. Okay, good. Thank you for that honesty. I appreciate that. And some of you are clear, which is good. I like it. The set goals, good. Know what I got to do, good, 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 good. How many of you realize that the knowing to do it and actually doing it are two different things? How many realize that the knowing to do something and actually doing it are two different things? How many know that most people that are overweight, they know what to do to be healthy? And maybe their overweightness, they don't consider unhealthy because they feel like they got other things going on. Nothing wrong with that. Please don't be offended. I don't want you to do that. But I do know that if you don't have a stick-to-itness and you make excuses for why you are where you're at, but you're uncomfortable, how many can say on tonight that either in your personal, your business, or even in your health, that you're not where you want to be? And I think that's important. Are you uncomfortable or are you comfortable? Okay? Because when it comes to how you do one thing is how you do everything. And so if you do one thing one way, generally you're doing the other things the same way. Case in point, I had a health goal this year. I haven't had coffee this year. Guys, that's a big clap right there. Oh my God, because I was like addicted to coffee. I had to have coffee every single morning. And I made a decision that I wanted to get down to 178 pounds. Okay. So, and I'm running a half marathon and I'm doing a Spartan. And so I've made some challenges to stretch myself beyond myself. Okay. Now, when it comes to your health, it comes to your wealth, and it comes to your relationships, what are you doing this year to stretch yourself? Type in my chat, what are you doing to stretch yourself in those areas? Okay. Now, if you are honest on tonight, how many have actually already given up on some of those things low key? You haven't been working towards it at all. How many started with a health goal, but you haven't been sticking to it? How many started with a financial goal, but you're nowhere near? How many started with a personal relationship goal, but you haven't really even gotten where you want to be yet? Okay. Okay, thank you so much. So what happens now is, remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you drop one area, then it's easy to drop another area. Now, how many on this chat can truly say, and once again, we're dealing with honesty tonight, that you have been justifying why you're comfortable? You've been justifying why you're comfortable. You've been justifying why you're there. You've been justifying why you don't, I need you right now, honesty, remember, we're talking honesty tonight. I need you to own your excuses, because they are excuses. Own your excuses. What excuses have you been telling yourself on why you're not making enough money? Or where did you get comfortable to where you thought that what you have is enough to do what you're trying to accomplish? And also, is it really enough if you're looking to build generational wealth? Can what you're doing right now sustain a generation beyond you, or is it just going to be enough to take care of you? Okay, thank you. Some things right now, I'm loving this honesty, guy. This is almost like a little purging session, and we're going to get into some deep stuff, but I want to really kind of let you know that if we don't get to the honesty of the how, then we're going to keep on beating around the bush on stuff. And you're going to start telling yourself these lies on why you haven't done what you said you would do. Okay, because now I think some of you are in that sense of purpose. You know exactly what you want, but you're not seeing the results yet. In other words, your results are not being recognized for the effort that you're putting into it. Okay. And I believe that some of you, that's why I asked the question, which side are you on? You feel like you're doing everything you should be doing? You feel like you're not doing it? Because ultimately you can be doing everything that you know to do. And I truly believe that you are doing as much as you know to do. But how many know if only what you know has gotten you to where you're at, that means you need someone that knows more than what you know, or someone's been where you're trying to get to. How many can agree that you're going to need some help on this next part of your journey? I know I personally I just hired myself another coach, and I hired myself another accountability partner that I'm paying a lot of money for, only because I know in order to reach my $1 million goal this year, in actual, I'm not talking assets. I'm not talking about, see, some of us, we say, oh, well, I got $1 million in real estate. I'm good there, okay? I look at my business, okay, my businesses all together, they're worth $1 million. Fine. I'm talking about actually clearing $1 million. Okay, that's the difference I'm talking about tonight. I'm not just talking about you making money, but then you got to pay all these expenses. Because if some of you really looked at it, if you made 100,000 and you're taxed at a 25 to 30% tax bracket, what did you really make? If you made 60,000, now let's tax that another 20, 25%. So in other words, guys, look at how it shrinks the more and more you look at it. So now that means that you actually really need more and not less, okay? And this is important that you realize this, because if not, you'll keep shrinking away from your big goal, all right? How many can say that I'm not challenging myself really? How many really know that you haven't got an area this year that you challenge yourself in? Okay, I mentioned I'm running a half marathon, challenge. I mentioned I'm doing a Spartan next month, challenge. What are you doing to challenge yourself? What are you doing to challenge yourself? What have you done or doing? What's on your goal plan this year to challenge yourself beyond yourself, to make you very, very uncomfortable and make you do things that you really don't want to do? Okay, what's that thing for you? Type in my chat. All right. Because I know a lot of you are doing a lot of stuff and it's great, but a mission without commission leads to burnout. Some of you might not say it, but you're low key in burnout mode. In other words, you're doing a lot of stuff, but you're not really seeing the results that you really know you should have by now. So now that means that where you're at, what is that challenge? So real quick, I want to open up a little bit, guys. I got a few more things I want to discuss, but I feel like I need to really stop here and find out where's the challenging points for you. So right now, Angie, where are you challenging yourself? What are you challenging yourself to do? It could be health, it could be relationships, it could be finances. What are you challenging yourself right now? What's your challenge?
Challenging myself to reach out to higher entities of where I actually want my product to be, even though it is scary for me. I am challenging myself to do that. And it took me, I can honestly say, it took me 2 weeks to present the Macy's people at least one of my products because of fear. And so I know I've made a better goal for it, and I'm just challenging myself to stay with it and to keep pushing towards it. So that is a challenge for me.
Okay, good. Well, the only thing I'm looking for now is just what are you doing to challenge yourself? I like that. Great example. Robbie, what are you doing to challenge yourself? What are you putting yourself out there to where you put something that's going to stretch you and make you do something beyond what your normal self would do?
Well, to be honest, I think at this point, I got comfortable in the thing I was uncomfortable in, I got comfortable in it. So now I need to do something that's more uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So it's like I did something that was uncomfortable, but now I'm comfortable. So now I have to do something else that's uncomfortable so I can keep growing and moving.
Wow, I can relate to that so much. Seems like every time I try to get comfortable, something has to happen to make me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Funny how if that doesn't happen, then you don't stretch beyond that. It's like when I went from a 1,000 square foot office to a 6,000 square foot office. That was a stretch, but it was well worth it. You know, just now, like I said, I just picked up another building and I run that whole building too. That's another stretch because now you're wondering how it's going to work. But those are stretches, I believe, sometimes that some of you need to make in order to now push yourself to do more. All right, Tiffany, Tiffany, what are you doing to stretch yourself this year? What's your challenge?
I'm actually thinking outside the box. At first, I was just for worship attire, but now it's everything: embroidery, upholstery, different types of dance styles, and working on a clothing line.
Okay, perfect. So that's a stretch because now it takes you to where you have to look at different designs and different things. Okay, I get that, especially for where you're going. I like that. That's good. Dominique, what are you doing to stretch yourself this year? What is your stretch, or what is your challenge for yourself?
The challenge for me this year is definitely financial. For me, it's easy to go get a job and, make money in make money that way. So for me, the stretch is like really depending on myself and really pushing entrepreneurship and really focusing on that and not giving up and saying, okay, just go get a job just so that you can pay, you know, what you need to pay or to sustain you to the next moment. You know what I mean? So definitely financial for me right now.
Okay.
And staying the course.
Oh, I was getting ready to say, that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. You're actually challenging yourself to stay the course. Now, in everything else that you've done, have you noted to yourself that you're a finisher?
Yes, I do know that I'm a finisher, but I have to keep telling myself that, you know, you can do it, you will make it. I have to keep giving myself these affirmations like, you know, don't give up, because it's easy to go get a job. That's easy for me. I can walk into any place and go, you know, make a couple dollars. That's easy for me. But my thing is, you know, I've always been a hustler, so I've always had, you know, easy ways and quick ways to get money. So to kind of revert my mind into, you know, staying focused, staying legit, staying the course, that's the real stretch for me, because it's like, you know, I know how to get money other ways, so I want to do that. I mean, I don't want to do that, but you know what I'm saying.
No, I get what you're saying. No, I think this is great because it's something to where now sounds like the money game has never been a problem. It's just doing it the way that you feel comfortable to where you can wake up and know that you did it the way that you were supposed to. I get it. Because there's some ways that we can do it and make it happen. But in some cases, getting past that part of making things happen to where you're actually, and I can be honest, I'm in a spirit of ease right now to where I'm just allowing things to come to me. But I believe that's something that happens over time. Once you get comfortable in being who you are and knowing what you're built for. How many on this Zoom believe they're built for wealth? I'm built for wealth. If you're built for wealth, type in there, I'm built for wealth. I'm making you do these things because these are many affirmations and many yeses to money, realizing that I have to realize that I am built for wealth. No matter what happens, I know I'll never be broke, you know, and once you come to that point in your life, then you're more willing to take more risk and more chances as moving forward. Now, some of you might even start thinking to yourself, well, I'm getting older now, I can't take too many more chances. Well, who said that? I mean, where did that mentality settle in at? Where did you get to the point to where you decided that I can't do a certain thing because I've come past that stage? It's almost like a low key giving up, which is not good. Dre, you're doing some things, you're doing something different. We had a quick conversation before you got started, but for you, what's that challenge for you this year? What's that challenge that you put before yourself that's going to stretch you in one of those areas?
Leaving one industry and that I was just learning about and starting something that I know nothing about. Big stretch for me.
Okay. Now for that, I mean, how long did it take you to make that decision?
About less than a week.
Wow. Okay. So you embraced the change that you saw and was able to now make the adjustment that you needed. And you mentioned earlier that it might be something you definitely want to go in for the long haul. Now, is it just about the money or is it about the whole gamut of what it can do for you?
Well, originally it's about the money because I'm here for the money, but I wanted to help people.
Good.
And my hard lesson, I've been doing this for about 6 weeks. My hard lesson has been that everybody doesn't want to be helped. And that kind of broke my heart because I had all these big plans of getting people jobs and, you know, all kinds of stuff. So.
Okay. So it sounds like though the stretch though for you really is making that adjustment. Because like I said, some things you will have to adjust because you have to look at what you're doing, see, should you be doing it? What should you be doing? Because here's another question I have for some of you guys. Thank you, Dre, for sharing, is what should you be doing versus what you shouldn't be doing, but you know you shouldn't be doing it, but you keep doing it. What's that for you, Brother Lee? What's that thing? I think Lee might be at work.
Sorry, I heard my name. Yeah, I'm grinding it out. Did you ask me a question?
Yes, I did. The question I asked was, what are some things that you know you should be doing, but some things you shouldn't be doing when really at some point you really know you shouldn't be doing it because it's limiting you for what you should be doing. In other words, what's more profitable in your life at this point and what's less profitable, but you find yourself going back to the thing that's less profitable?
You know, I'm actually very I've actually been very productive. I think one thing that I should be doing is organizing my productivity and doing less like just getting up and doing things off the fly. Like I have a list of activities that are in my goals to do during the week, but it's not like necessarily organized. So I think I could be more precise in getting more done if I organize my productivity instead of just doing it off the fly. Because then things can kind of slip through the cracks. So I think if I make more of a habit of organizing my productivity, then I think I can get more things done more proficiently. Because that has always been one of my things is organizing my time. And I think in the past I was kind of like, just sometimes I blew my time. I think now I actually am using my time, but I think I could still organize it a little bit better, like putting things on the calendar, putting things on scheduling it throughout the day with set times or things like that.
Beautiful, beautiful. And I think that most people are on this Zoom could probably agree to the same thing. I mean, tightening that schedule up to where you have a set time for certain things. I know for me, like I have a money time, and that money time is the time that I know I'm focused on just accumulating and getting money. And I think sometimes we don't do that to where we have a money time. Who has a money time on here? You have a time to where and some of you have a regular job. So really your money time should be when you're between the hours of your regular job, or if you are working a regular job and you're working a side hustle, then you should know that time that side hustle should be. Now, for you, is your time that you set aside just to make money, is that clear? Is that something that you've defined, or does it just depend on what's going on? Terrence, let me bring you up on the screen. What do you have a money time, a set time that you know this is the time that I'm focused on income?
Not necessarily exact time where it's like this is where I'm focused on income. It's still kind of cloudy on my end with that. So I have to be more like direct with it, honestly.
Okay. Well, for you and your business, what are give me two money-making activities.
Okay, two. So the first one is reaching out to others on doing collaborations on projects. That's one. And the second one is constantly building up a network within the funnel system that I have.
Okay.
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so good. That's good. I kind of want to go with that too. Alicia, what is your money-making activity? Give me two money-making activities on your side.
My money-making activity on the side is my digital content creation.
Okay. So what two things do you need to do? Just two of them. I know you got many, but two things that you do that make you money.
Everything I do makes me money when it comes to digital content creation, whether it's teaching someone else how to do it or producing the feed myself. My feeds are constantly running money as I'm producing and sharing my content. As far as like my interaction out here in the streets, I just need to stop selling myself short. I do a lot of things for free too much. So putting a price on things is where I fail at. And that's just being honest with me, with you about it. Like I can go all day on creating and teaching and stuff like that. But money talking, it does scare me because I've never valued money like everybody else. Me, I'm not saying I'm just surviving or anything like that. But when I say I've never, anybody that has a conversation with money with me, they'll ask me, well, what do you think you're worth? I honestly don't know. I know I'm worth something, but when you don't have that vision of money, but you know what you want to do with the money, it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to get the whole vision like everybody else to value money. But honestly, back in the day, I burned money before. It was never important to me. I know that we need it to pay our bills and take care of the family and stuff like that. But for me, I'd rather use the money and get a building and provide for other people. So for me, I like when you ask those questions about put a number in there, I never answer it because I don't have a number. I don't. And that's where I need to learn. And I've been getting other people to coach me on it, on how to put a value on it. Because honestly, I could sit here and I'll give it away. You know, it'll, if I teach you, what you learn and what you produce helps me in the end, because then it builds my stuff up too. I mean, you know how you say, if you teach a man to fish, you teach them how to survive forever. But if you give it to them, you know, you're stopping them. So I'd rather teach them so they could teach somebody else and teach somebody else. But how do you put a price tag on that?
That's an excellent concept. And, you know, I think that what happens, and this goes back to my statement I made earlier, a mission without commission, it leads to burnout. Because what happens is that eventually at some point, you want to see the results for your family. And I think some of you, and I want you to write this down, why am I valuing people over my own family? And here's how I'm going to make that statement make sense. Right now, if someone takes your time away from you, it's the one thing they can't give back to you. I don't believe you can ever put a price tag on your time, but I do believe there can be a value attached to your time. Because right now, if you weren't on this Zoom, you could maybe be doing something with your kids or doing this or doing that. But at this moment, here in a few seconds, I'm going to show a few of you how to increase your income in your job you're already doing. But the key is you've put everybody else in front of your family and yourself. And what's happened is, unfortunately, you have not learned, because no one's really taught, how to value what you do. And because of that, many of you will give away a lot of free stuff, which is amazing. I do a lot of free stuff. I mean, hey, we gave out over 200,000 pounds of free food last year. Trust me, I'm a giver. You know, I've given away cars. I've given away. Once I learned that money to me is just a way to help other people, which I love what Alicia said. But also what came to me was, God never told me to help people from my lack. It was only from my overflow. Most of you have been taught to help people from what you don't have. And that's why you borrow from people and people borrow from you. I don't lend money. I found out that the Bible says if you, and for some of you that are in the word, that you make them your slave when you let them borrow money from you. And so I don't want to make anybody my slave by making them borrow from me. So with that being said, if I have it, I give it. If I don't, I don't. And also within my home, I value my wife and my kids over everything else that's outside my door. Now, this is something that I want you to consider when it comes to your value. If someone is taking the one thing that you'll never get back, that's also taking away from your time with your family and your future and generational wealth, how long will that work to where now you will be able to benefit at some point and your family will too? Many of you have great ideas and you're great givers and you're wonderful at those things. I'm also that way, but I've just learned that in order to be a great giver or philanthropist, I have to now have funds to do so. And so hence I have to value my time, my effort, my energy to make sure it works. And here's something I want to throw at you that it doesn't take a whole lot. You know, over in the last month, I think I've almost made 100,000 and it's only been 5 clients. So it's not that you need many people to do this kind of amounts, it's just that you need the right people. I think what's happened with some people is they've gotten around people that have put things in your head. And how many know this one? All I need is love, you know, or money is not that important. Or you even said it, I don't really need much. I really love what I do. The money doesn't matter. And I mean, every time you say and do those things, it cancels out the ability to really gain wealth. Because now you're more stuck on what people have told you. And the sad thing is, if you think about the people that have told you that, they are either struggling themselves or trying to make it to help somebody. So on this Zoom, I wanted tonight to ask you the hard question: where are you putting your time and effort that's not producing any fruit? Because if you think about it like this too, your time, your effort, your energy is seed. So now when you put that seed out there, what is coming back from that seed? And it's not always going to be money, okay? But for those of you that don't have money, you have to put that to the forefront. I'm going to be the first to tell you, when dealing with me on a day-to-day basis, my first thought is income, doing my money-making hours. My mama called, hey mama, what's going on? You good? Hey, let me call you back. My wife even, whom I love dearly, she knows I got that time and I'm on my zone, I'm on my focus. Matter of fact, my office staff even know, unless I come out that office, maybe cracking a few jokes or laughing, I'm on it and I'm in my zone. For you, I want you to consider this. Maybe you've put everybody else above what you be doing. And maybe people don't respect what you're doing. And that's why you can't really and get into what you're doing, because other people are distracting you as you're doing it. You know, even my children at a young age realize, no, daddy's doing some stuff right now. Give me a moment, I'll get back to you. So what happens is, unfortunately, a lot of you, when it comes to money, you spread your time out all over the place, but now you have nothing to show for all that time. You know, I'm going to challenge you. And here's one thing I want you to think about. If you look at your bank account, forget all the other drama. What is in your bank account? If you don't have at least $1,000 in your bank account, you're broke. If you don't have at least 5,000, 10,000, you're broke. And I know that's a hard thing for some of you to say, well, how dare you call me broke? I need you to really embrace that and ask yourself, what do I need to do to get there? In other words, what do I have now that I haven't accessed that's right there near me? All right. Anyway, I did a whole lot of talking. I want to come back. I want to help a few of you guys make some more money in your own business. Okay. I know some of you, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm not confused, but I know this much. I can help you make results. And to me, when it boils down to it, you should want somebody that can help you get the results you want. Now, you might not like it, but I think that you don't have to like results. You just have to know that you're trying to get them. All right. So real quick, I need 2 people to give me what they do, and I'm going to give them ways to make more money, just like that. What you got? Okay, let me start with Dominique. Dominique, I know what you do. How
Okay.
much is your average monthly? How much is your average monthly contract?
It depends, but averagely, maybe $800 to $1,000 average.
Okay, is that what the number you've told yourself, or is that the number that you're pretty much dealing with?
That's what I'm dealing with.
Okay, so how many contracts do you need to make $10,000 a month?
5.
Okay, so with those 5 contracts, that means it has to be $2,000 a contract.
Right.
Okay, so your ultimate goal is to get $2,000 per contract. So where do you have that written somewhere?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Okay, good. So with that written goal, how much is that you need to get per week? How many of those contracts you need to get per week? And is that a continuous monthly goal, or is that just you just want to get that amount and stop?
No, so that's a continual thing. So once I reach that goal, I have goals after that where I want to bring people on my team to um help with the workload. But right now it's just me, and that would be the flow that I'm looking for right now, just for me. But I'm not capped at that goal.
Okay, good. So let me see if I can throw just a few nuggets, and then I'm gonna move to the next person. I want you to, and please write this down. I'm a client. Okay. So I got your contract. I'm gonna look over it again, sign it, and by March, mark me as one. Okay. So that contract is done. So now, before the end of this month, how many businesses do you need to do or see or talk to get another 8 contracts or 9 contracts?
Maybe 50 to 100 different people.
Okay.
Realistically, to get those clients.
Okay, now where are you getting these clients from?
Networking events, marketing, things like that.
Okay, do you have your flyers out already? Do
No, not yet.
you have your website up?
Not yet.
So right now, sounds like, I love what you're doing though. You're getting it done without those things, but I know those things are gonna become more important as you go to the bigger clients. Because
Okay.
they're gonna wanna see some of your work or even some of the clients you're working with. And
Right.
so what I want you to do with the clients that you're getting right now, so I'm one, so now you can write me down as a list. I'm now working with this company, okay? Make sure as you're talking to these people, and then the next question you want to ask me is, well, how many other people you know that need the same thing you need?
Okay.
So in other words, don't go to 50 people, go to 25 and ask them about somebody else they know that needs the same service.
Okay.
And that way now it cuts down your time on having to deal with a whole bunch of folk. Also too, with your marketing and what you're doing, so how are you marketing clients other than just word of mouth and networking?
Right now it's just word of mouth and networking. That's pretty much all I'm doing. I have my website being worked on currently. I just did a photo shoot, a business photo shoot. So the stuff is in progress, it's just not up yet. Because I already have clients that need stuff. So I'm actually busy.
Good.
I just, I have goals that I want to reach.
Perfect. Well, get to the 10 client goal quick. In other words, I want you before the end of this month, this is now the 16th, your challenge in the next 14 days is to produce 5 more clients like me, minimum. Okay. I don't care what you got to do. Make it happen, Dominique.
Okay.
Make it happen. As a matter of fact, I want a week by week play of how you're making it happen. And I want a day by day play of how many people you're seeing, what you're talking to, because there is no doubt in my mind that you can't produce that number.
Okay.
Okay. Hard challenge, huh?
Yeah, that's a challenge. Yes.
Good, because I want to know. I'm going to give you the accountability you need to do the things that I know you can do already.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're going to be my first person I'm going to show the people that are on this Zoom that you can actually do something beyond what you think you can do. You just need somebody to push you and tell you that you can.
Right.
Okay. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you next week on how that's going and that you've secured your other client, because by the time we meet again next week on Thursday, I'm going to expect you to have secured at least two more clients.
Copy that.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go to work. Let's make it happen. All right, cool. All right, next person. Terrence, I'm gonna mess with you. What do we need to do to lock in more money for you?
Like what you said earlier, definitely need that push, like from someone. Like how you said, it's like certain things by myself that I'm not able to think by myself of achieving unless I have you like in the corner to like push it, like with content creating. Do that make sense?
Absolutely. And this is good. This is a great example, because if you want to go fast, go by yourself. If you want something that's going to be built to last and go beyond you, connect with someone else. Because if not, then you're only going to go as far as what you see. And most times, if you really look at the people you're around, you're the sum total of them. Okay, I'm finding out more and more in life, and this has been so true to me. Like even today, I was at an event, a convention, and all the people that made over $1 million, they knew me. The people that didn't make that, they didn't really know me. And so it's
Wow.
interesting when you walk into a room. You know what I'm saying? Because now you want to get yourself in position, but now that just didn't happen. That's something that I've worked my way towards to where now it becomes a part of what we do. So for you, now it's a matter of saying, okay, what is the goal for this month? We got 16, is it 16? What's today? Today is the 16th?
Yes.
Write down this, you got 14 days to get your life together. I want to see some results by the end of this month. And each one of you in your area, I'm going to expect that you produce some new results. What you've been doing has been great, but it hasn't gotten you to your goal. So that means that now you need to push yourself beyond what you can do. Okay? And I'm going to be the one to do that. For the next 14 days, I'm going to commit to each one of you right now. Every single week, I want to know exactly what you did. I don't want to hear about your sob stories. I want to hear about the drama. I want to hear that you actually did stuff to push forward what you should be doing. And for many of you, if you allow me to, I'm going to give you some stuff that's going to make you uncomfortable, because you might say, guys, remember we said honesty? Honesty means that you have to realize that I'm not where I want to be. I've seen so many people floss and try to act like they're somewhere they're not. Be who you are, but now look at it. How can I actually get the things that I want? You know, because you can't impress me at this point. I'm not trying to impress you. It's to the point where now we have to ask ourselves what we really want and how we're going to go get it and make it work. Okay. So Terrence, I want you in the next 14 days, what are some money-making activities that you need to be doing to produce the videos that you need? And how many videos can you produce per week?
Yes, sir. 14 days, you said?
Yeah, 14 days. What is that? What does that look like for you? So what can you do in 14 days? How many videos can you produce?
In 14 days, that's a good question, because I don't know, but I know it could be a lot. It could be a lot. Yeah.
How much time per day can you commit to working on just videos? No phone, no nothing, just money-making time.
Per day, 2.5 hours.
Okay. So in 2.5 hours, what can you produce in 2.5 hours?
A video.
Okay. So
One
by
video.
next Thursday, I need you to have at least 5 videos produced and ready, and you can send them to me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Don't let me down. Don't let me down. I need 5 videos. I need 5 videos. So I need you to set some time, that 2.5 hours, and say, in this 2.5 hours, this is my money-making time. I don't got time for nothing and nobody else. And anybody that does not respect your money-making time, you have to ask yourself, is this somebody you really need to be around? And
That's deep.
I want to make an announcement. Right now, I'm in my money-making zone. I'm here. I'm not, no disrespect to nobody else, but I'm here. And this is what I'm doing for the next, because my coaches told me if I don't do it, then now we're going to come up with a punishment, because there has to be punishment in between here. Because sometimes the problem with us not doing what we say we're going to do is because there's nothing behind it that says if we don't do it. Well, you know what? Here's the punishment. You have to tell us why you didn't do it next week. And don't be trying to act like, matter of fact, are we all in integrity here? We are? Okay. So integrity says that on next week, I want you on the Zoom, and the things that we're talking about, you're going to tell us what exactly happened and why it didn't happen. And so now that will force you to make sure that everything works. Okay. So next week, Terrence, I'm expecting 5 videos, or I'm expecting a reason why those videos weren't produced. Okay.
Yes, sir. I look forward to that.
I'm going to believe you're going to be here. You're not going to flake out on me, because you're a finisher, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you for allowing me to do that. Alicia. All right. I know you're going off to work, and Matthew, you're probably at work, but your challenge is going to be to produce that PowerPoint. I want that PowerPoint by next Thursday. I don't want excuses.
I got you.
All right. I don't want any
Right.
excuses. I don't want to not see you on this Zoom. I want that PowerPoint on exactly, and I only need 10 to 12 pages.
Okay.
All right. By the time I want it by next Thursday, I don't want no excuses. Hey, I got a whole bunch of them I can give you, but I don't want you to come with anything other than, hey, I want to shoot. Matter of fact, I'm gonna expect it probably by like Tuesday or Wednesday because that's how you roll. So I'm gonna expect that PowerPoint in my email so I can take a look at it so we can produce and promote your next event. Because you're on tap, you're on deck next month. So I need to get that information. All right.
Okay.
You're looking
All
good
right.
too.
Thank you.
All right, we in agreement? We good?
Yes.
All right, good. Okay, Deshaun, let me hit you up, man. What you got going on? What you doing?
Oh man, I made some calls during the hour. So you said your question is essentially like, what can I do to make some more income?
Absolutely.
Okay, so one is make more calls. Two is more open houses, teacher open houses. Yeah, so I set one appointment today and got probably 1, 2, 3 good leads. One who's like a right now lead, and then 2 who are like a within the next year lead.
Perfect. So now how many more teacher setups do you have for this month, next 14 days?
I don't have anything set up this month, but I could do 1 to 2 every week.
Well, I'll tell you what, by next week, I want to hear that you have at least 2 per week, Tuesday and Thursday. Those are days, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's hit the streets. Let's get it done. Today is Thursday. Tomorrow is Friday. I know your schedule is a little wonky because of the other stuff, but I need you to slide in or either come see me. Let's go hit at least 4 to 5 schools and let's lock this calendar in for the rest of the month.
Let's do it.
All right. So that's my commitment to you that we're gonna lock it in. I'd like to see if you got some time. We'll schedule after this for a Monday, and we'll go out, hit at least 3 to 4 to 5 schools, lock those in for the month. We're gonna use that new concept that you talked about to produce those leads so we can increase the volume.
That sounds incredible.
All right. All right, man. I'm committed. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Angie, what we got? Come on. I know my time is spent, guys. I'm sorry. Let me hit you up real quick. Angie, what you got? What can we do to increase what you're doing?
In all honesty, I need to refocus myself on my website because I actually saw somebody today who was, oh, I want to go on your website. And then the lady in Georgia went on my website and I would promise that I would put these new products that I had took to Georgia on my website and I didn't do it. So I think that if I challenged myself that I should focus on the website and start hitting up my people on my email list because that's growing and present more things to them, then I would probably do a little bit better than what I'm doing.
Okay, what's your money making time now? What's your schedule?
My schedule is all day, every day. How about I'm patting myself on the back that my TV has been turned off since Monday. I am up by 7 and I am in there. I'm working with the lady from Georgia who's about to order 10 bags. So we're working on that. And then there's a lady out here who wants to do about 30 t-shirts. So I'm trying to do different stuff, but that's out in the future. I'm like, we need stuff like right now. So I'm thinking as I'm listening, you challenging people, mine would be like to, refocus my website and start trying to generate people to come back to it. I really strayed away from it really bad. It's there, but I used to be like, I would change the photos all the time and put sales out and send out emails, which I haven't been doing. So that would be something I would need to do to try to generate stuff like right now.
Okay, so now with that being said, what time per day can you lock in to where that will be your time to do that?
I would probably say from 7 to 10.
7 to 10 in the morning?
Yep.
So if I called you tomorrow morning between 7 and 10, you're gonna tell me you're gonna be working on.
Yeah, because I'm up. I'm up. I'll be in there.
All right. So what can you accomplish within the next 7 days doing in building your website? What can you accomplish?
I could accomplish email, you know, your email, when you create email sales to bring customers to come and look at product. I can accomplish that. I can also accomplish adding product that should be on there. I can accomplish that as well.
Okay. Do me a favor, you get a chance, send me over email of a list of 10 things by next Thursday that you're gonna have accomplished on your website. And then
Okay.
I'll do those. Okay, but right, I need to get those by tomorrow. Get those 10 things to me tomorrow. So now I'm be expecting those 10 things to be shown up on your site or the things that you're putting down there for them to be accomplished.
Absolutely.
All right, fair enough.
Okay.
All right, I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to do this. I really want to help you. I promise I do. I want to see you do, and let's get this money. Let's get this money for our families, for our people that we need, for ourselves. Some of you might not be about your family. I got single guys on here. And hey, go get that money to make some things happen for yourself, to build yourself, to get yourself in a better, comfortable position. Dr. Tiffany, what you got? What you got? What you doing? What can we do in the next 7 days?
I'm sorry, she's at a measuring appointment right now. So she's
like
measuring some kids for a dance team.
Oh, well, see, you know what? Now she's doing what I'm talking about. I like that. Tell her, keep on working, work harder.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much for letting me know. Gloria, what you got? Okay, she's tuning in.
You gotta unmute yourself, almost.
How that works. All right, that's okay. I'll come back to her. All right, let's go ahead and go with Delshana. Delshana, what we got? What we got?
Okay, what do we have? Oh my God, you ain't playing tonight. Thank you for not playing with us tonight.
Hey, guys, I'm locked. I'm telling you, I'm locked.
I have a few things that's already in play. So it's about accomplishing them, finishing them in terms of the website split, and that stuff is still in play. So I already followed up to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to do or whatever else needs to happen next for that. But I think for me, it's going to be to do Facebook ads. I'm going to do some social media ads. I'm not going to spend a lot of money, but just, really hone in on getting, so I still have product that I haven't sold. So I can do social media ads to get that product in the faces of the people who like that kind of stuff to make those purchases. That was the one thing. And then since this is a stretching season, I'm gonna say it. Oh my God. Look into the email campaigning because, people want to build a relationship and that's difficult to do in this season. And so by developing a series of emails that can go out to folks. Woo, I said it. Oh my God, I'm gonna work on that. If I don't do the emails, I'm gonna do the reels. So I'm looking at emails or reels. So I'm looking at one of them will be done.
Well, I want the emails because right now you have an email list of probably over 100 people. Where's that list?
Yes, sir. You said what?
I said, where's that list of people, that 100 emails?
It's in my email.
Okay. Do you have a social media program that can do that, i.e. one of the automatic mailing automation systems?
I would have to look into MailChimp. I know I started looking into that stuff, but I was doing that plus a whole bunch of other stuff. So I'd have to look into MailChimp. I think that's where most people started. And so I'll just start there and see where that lands me. I think you're talking about the CRMs, right?
Absolutely.
Yep, the CRM. So I haven't really done much with that or studied much about that or learned much about that. So I'll be looking into that. I do know for the ClickFunnels, you needed 13 emails and that's where I stopped. So I'm stretching emails. Okay, amen. Emails.
Email. So by the end of the week, I want you to be in MailChimp and I want those 100 people plugged in. How much time can you give me per day to work on that?
For me, it's different days. So I've got 4 hours Monday, Tuesday. I've got probably another 4 to 5 hours on Saturday and Friday. So I could do 4 hours on those 4 days. My other days they're gone.
Okay. So what can you definitely put together? Because I know right now, if you have that much time, then within a week, I would think within 8 to 10 hours, you should have those emails plugged into MailChimp, at least in the system. Learning how to work the system is one thing, but getting the emails in there is a whole nother. And the reason I'm pushing you and stretching you on this, Delshana, is because your books need to go out. But if you have an email list, once you get them out to the email list, then it will constantly be in front of the same people multiple times.
Okay.
Because right now, I think we're missing a boat on the email system, the MailChimp. That's the basics. Actually, I got a guy working on mine, so I'm not just talking, I'm doing. Like I said, one thing you got the benefit of, you have a working coach. And I'm seeing the systems that work, and so I can now point them out to you. So by the end of the week, MailChimp, 100 emails.
Okay.
Next Thursday. I want to hear how you put them in. I don't want to hear how the system works. I don't want to hear the quirks and kinks. And no, you learned how to open an account, put the emails and names in, and we're sending out our first blast the following week because we got 2 weeks.
So set it up.
Set it up.
Okay.
100 emails in there.
Okay.
All right.
I got them.
Right.
Yes.
You guys are all over it, man. You guys are gonna beat me up later. I know it. Talk about me bad. Don't talk about me bad. Sharia, how can I help? What's going on? What you got going on there?
Good evening, Coach. Good evening, everyone. How y'all doing? A lot going on. I'm excited.
Uh-oh, is that my internet or your internet?
I ain't gonna lie. You made me mad last season, and you won it. We said we keep it real. It's a coach respect me. One thing you guys don't. Could you hear me?
Yes.
Could you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Awesome. Yes. Okay. Sorry, I apologize for that. Okay, what I was saying before the internet connection is the part of this coaching that people don't see is the one-on-one that you actually do. I'm only speaking from my coaching relationship with you is because you know all of my business. Yes, keep it 100. My coach know everything about me, okay? From credit to what my life looks like, to what my finances to like, from my family dynamics to my even belief dynamic. So my coach is full accessible to me. And I think that's why I'm getting results, believe it or not. What I'm working on my business right now is I don't like to be called broke. Okay. I am the girl that, let's just keep it we're keeping it real. I could be candid. You guys are my family. I came from a household to where I didn't have credit personally. You know, my mama had all type of stuff in my name. And, I didn't grow up, you know how you graduate and you get grown and, the credit cards are being sent to you and stuff like that. I didn't grow up with that. I had to learn to work for what I have. But that taught me to be independent and it taught me to set goals. And I like to call it, I'm always on a turtle race. If I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I don't stop until I do it. If I say I need $10,000, I'm the person that will save $20 every day until I get the $10,000. So progress to me is better than no progress at all. So I think that one main principle, but my coach calling me broke, I don't like that. And that pushed fire, okay? I'm keeping it 100. You're not supposed to call me bro. Who you calling bro? That pushed fire under me, So it actually pushed me to be more consistent. I have a great clientele base. I am a people person. My services and my clientele speaks for itself. But right now, until I move into my location, waiting on my partner, I had to figure out ways to minimize and maximize my ability. So right now I am really enjoying teaching. I have 4 students. I have a business that I just took on that I'm doing their marketing, their promotion, everything. And I am so excited about it because we're getting results. I'm actually setting up my network to where my coach is my plug. So how my network is actually set up now is whatever my coach provides, I'm now the middleman. And I learned to use whatever was around me so that I could receive now monies from everything that I'm doing. So now I'm not just doing nails and receiving service. I'm saying, look, oh, you need that business knowledge? I could tell you, but you got to pay me for it. Oh, you need secretarial? Oh, I know how to be a secretary, but you got to pay for it now. Oh, you need that business design. I know how to do that, but you have to pay me for it. Oh, you need a telemarketer. Oh, I used to do phone calls too. You need that girl to call. I'm your girl. Call me. We could set up some arrangement, some payment deal, and I could do that. I have now learned to take the skills that I was already doing on a job set and now do it for myself. I can honestly tell you guys, last year, my family was only making $50,000 a year. This year, we're $25,000 more than that. Yes, my number is, for my goal is $300,000 because realistically, that's where I need to get out of low income housing, because the standard is set that for any family in America who makes $300,000 or below, you are considered low income. So right now, that is my goal, is for us to make $300,000. Now, how we are maximizing that is this year, we are going to invest in universal life insurance, and so that we could work that 5-year plan out so that we be able to borrow against that money so that we can make the proper investments to set up estates for our family. I learned these tools from who else? Our coach. That's why I tell you guys to take advantage of these free classes and these free courses, because the information that he's given us, you guys, is facts. Y'all know I am that person that's going to look it up to see if you're lying. Well, y'all, guess what? Our coach have not lied about nothing at all. I can honestly tell you that from the bottom of my heart, because I fact check him. Trust me. And he has not lied about anything. And this is why I put my trust in him. And this is why when he makes me upset or I'm uncomfortable, I don't run. You know, we got to stop running. You're running, you're a track star. We can't run no more, okay? We have to stand still and stay rooted and believe in what it is that we're being taught. When I tell you guys it is working for me, I can sit here and honestly tell you we are at a 25. I make $2,500 a week. I can honestly tell you that. My downfall is I'm scared to spend right now. I can honestly say that. I'm scared to spend right now because it's a little uncomfortable when you're getting ready to sign new contracts, when you're working with contractors, when you're doing that type of stuff, that's uncomfortable. So you have to learn from me by me being prepared, by me making sure we have goals. That's what helps me. I have to have something tangible I can look at every day and say, this is what I need to do. One thing that I have been mainly focused on is my marketing personally on both of my social media sites, doing that consistently. And I think I'm doing a good job at it. A lot of great results, gaining more clients that I desire. And that's one thing I have to say, I'm like coach on this one. I don't desire everyone to be my client. I pick and choose who I want to work with. Because to me, all money ain't good money. And I'm an energy girl. I go off of how I feel. So if I feel like, and let's just say this for instance, if how you get your money, I might not want to accept how you receive your money because I don't want that energy off of how you receive your money. So, you know, that's just my mindset. All money ain't good money. But yes, I am seeing the results from the tools that I am given from our coach. You guys keep at it. It's a turtle. You know, it's for me, it's always been a turtle race. As long as I'm moving every day, I'm all good. It's all good. I got to be moving. I never want to feel like I'm staggered or I have stopped or I have quit, because quitting ain't in the vocabulary. But I never want to feel like I have stopped, because then that's not, good for me. But that's where I'm at, Coach.
Sounds like you're in a good place. Sounds like you're moving, you're listening, you're moving the needle forward. And like you said, I do know a lot. So with that, I can say that you are doing a great job. Just keep moving forward. We're going to keep pushing that plate. The turtle and the hare, I love the comparison. That's where a lot of you, I believe, once you realize that the progress you're making, like I said, we don't have to change up on what you're doing, just little tweaks. I think even with Sharia, we just did little tweaks, little conversations that can help, and then valuing yourself. And that's something I definitely am going to push with all you guys, is this year is that year. People won't get mad at you, because now you're going to come at them and not say, but you're going to say, my family, my livelihood is more important than what you're trying to do right now. And if you value what I do, then you're going to put that into what I'm doing. If you don't value what I do, then that's okay. But I'm not going to be that person that's going to put you over my family. Okay. So you guys are amazing. Appreciate you. I know this was a tough call tonight. I don't apologize for it. I only say that my goal, and I hope you hear my heart, is I want you to be so much better. And so because of that, there are going to be times like this that I'm going to stretch you. And yeah, I'm going to kick you in the butt, because I know in each and every one of you that I'm looking on this Zoom, you're better. You can be better. You can do better. I believe now is just the stretching time. Okay. So we got this month. You guys have your assignments. Next week, we're going to do I'm going to put a screen on here that says follow up to last week. Before I get into the next thing that we're talking about, because I want to hear about what you accomplished. So next week, I want to hear some accomplishments. Don't be trying to fake out on me either. I'm going to hold you guys in the integrity to where you will be back here, whether you complete the goal or don't complete the goal. I need you to feel it on what it is to have a goal and not complete it. And now everybody knows, because we were in the same group. All right? Because that's, to me, that if there should be some kind of shame there in the aspect of knowing. So if we would say, what is the pain? The pain is coming to this group next week without the results that are being requested of you. That's the pain, because I'm gonna get on you, okay? And I promise I won't have to be more Zooms like this, at least for another month. But I wanna make sure we're pushing you. Guys, this is results driven. I love you, I appreciate you. Keep doing what you're doing. Long Zoom tonight, but I hope it was worth it. If you're upset or frustrated, I'm a little excited about that, because I believe I got some competitors. And when you got competitors, that means that you don't run, like Sister Sharia said, you embrace the challenge and you take it head on and ask the hard questions. Am I really doing everything I could be doing to make the money I want to make? And if the answer is yes, but I'm open to suggestions and pushes in those areas, then I'm your guy. All right. God bless you guys. I love you. Have an amazing night. I promise this is going to be your best year ever. This is going to be your best year ever. All right. God bless you guys. Have a great week. I look forward to hearing the results on next week. Love you guys.
Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure.
Woo, thank you.
Don't talk too bad about me next week. Oh, Lord Jesus. Like, this boy done went off.
You did exactly that. Exactly that today.
Well, I promise you, I really, to my heart of hearts, I want to see you succeed and do some great stuff. Yes.
We will.
I know you will.
Yep.
I know you will.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're so welcome. You're just welcome. Bless you guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye.